But that was the worst of it. I was getting up and drinking just to make myself feel better, to try and run away from what had just happened. My drinking was a problem, and arrived at the point where I was continually thinking, am I always going to do this? Is this always going to go on? Why can't I be like other people and have a drink and then not worry about it for a while? I've been asking that question for quite a number of years, and always had it in the back of my mind that no, you won't always do this. One day you'll stop. But I'm starting to think, well, I'm getting older. When is that going to be? And then putting it to the back of my mind. In the end, the consequences of drinking were what brought it into the forefront of having to deal with the situation, which was not really my organising. We'd been away, and one evening I drank ridiculous amount, and a lot of awful, embarrassing things happened, causing us to fall out really big time, to the extent that it was kind of like we were splitting up, and one of us had to come home, and I came home and spent about 2 weeks in absolute misery, thinking, what am I going to do? This has all gone wrong now. Getting up every morning thinking, was that a bad dream that I've just had? And am I going to wake up out of it and it's all going to be okay? But realising, no, it wasn't a dream. What's just happened has happened.
Well, it was awful because there wasn't anything I could do about it, because you can't change someone else's behaviour as much as you want to. It was just very difficult, and it had got to the point where John was drinking all times of the day, and in the morning he'd reach for a bottle of wine from the fridge, and I felt in the end as if I was having a nervous breakdown because I just lost it totally. I couldn't see properly things in front of me. I was trying to work, I couldn't read the papers in front of me. Over a number of years it got worse and worse and worse.
There was something wrong, and it primarily it was like at the back of your mind, it's the drinking. But I did try to go to see a counsellor who was just literally somebody that listened to me talking, didn't suggest anything, and then had an alarm clock alongside and said, "Oh, that's it, see you next week."
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very fickle and absolutely a situation that had no depth to it whatsoever. No one was asking me anything of any relevance. No one was telling me to look at myself, and it was easy. And I'd have a drink before I got there, and I'd have a drink before I left. The very first few days, I think, in the Provi, when I was having dinner at home, thinking, oh, this is the time I'd definitely be having a drink, I think that lasted 2 days, because my absorption into what was going on and what hopefully, if I could recover, overtook my desire to go and break out of the house and go get a drink. And I was there for 4 months, and I haven't had a drink since.
It was as if I'd got a partner back, somebody that was willing to be a partner in our lives, rather than somebody that was just blocking everything out all the time and not really being very helpful, not making decisions, not taking responsibility. I mean, it just changed enormously. Got a lot of gratitude towards the Provi, that's for sure. And they did an amazing job, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying,
the counsellors
just changed the way that you think.
Yeah.
Not in any way like telling you, oh, you have to think like this, but just it's all about you being encouraged to look at yourself.
And they really inspired your trust, didn't they, the counsellors?
Yeah.
I mean, your counsellor particularly was good, and there was a sense of continuity and a sense of keeping you on track, and it just, that change came about fairly quickly, didn't it? But they were just amazing.
I mean, I've been around the world, amazing. I've done quite a lot of things, but the people that I met that worked as counsellors in the Provi are the best people I've ever met.
Mm.
You know, they saved my life and our marriage, but they saved hundreds and hundreds of, countless amounts of other people's lives.
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, well,
we're
thanks.
always saying it, aren't we? Thank you
Thanks
so
very
much,
much, guys. Words don't say it, but you know that. Thanks.
Yes, heartfelt.